Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down. This defense for the Dolphins, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run it again with Cook. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Allen to Diggs there for a Buffalo first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Yeah, the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Low check. Ready?
They go back to Murray on 1st down. And he's got room. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain there of 21 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Steps away. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Trouble, 38. 52 blaster.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Tua going to throw. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Now it's Crowder. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's Allen to throw it. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And going deep for Hill. And got his man complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Allen. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
First down catch there by Jamison Crowder, now in his 8th NFL season and his 3rd team, this time the Buffalo Bills. There are plenty of mouths to feed in the Buffalo offense, but a dependable slot guy like Crowder will always get his share of receptions.
And he's got some space here. The 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Play action, Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. Touchdown, Bills. Dawson Knox, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills are an extra point away from evening this one up. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Yellow, go. Blue is striking.
Looking to throw on second down. Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Tua now on first down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. On the move past the 40. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, not many teams use the fullback in the passing game. Heck, not many teams use a fullback anymore in the NFL. And even with those that do, you don't typically see a lot of big plays when the ball's thrown to him. In this case, it exceeded expectations.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Let's go now.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now Tua on the bootleg here. On the move to his left. His throw incomplete.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Tua. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Long. Touchdown! Hunter Long, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
snap comes at 1, and it's Allen rolling to his left. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Open man, complete downfield to Davis. Down inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 45 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from drawing level. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Drill 52.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this is incomplete. The Dolphins are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
97. Cut.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And some room to maneuver. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 79 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Bills' 39-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Play action, now it's Tua. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB. Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Allen now on 1st down. Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Throwing the out route, and Crowder makes the catch. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen, and he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And again, it's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. James Cook in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Strikers, 3-3.
Tua sets up to pass it. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here we go.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Ready?
Now a give to Edmonds. There's the stiff arm. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. They'll go out to... Oh, Edmonds has it knocked loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free. Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt. Dances by him. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work. They run here with Singletary. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Cook will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game. And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now. And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need... Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there. Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make it. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, 3rd and long. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Here's Allen. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now fourth down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into fourth down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a two-touchdown game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. If they're going to try to complete this comeback, they need more runs like that from him, because until that point, he's been virtually shut down.
And based on where they are right now in this game, you would expect the ball to be in the air. But his ability to break off those types of runs, you can get big chunk plays on the ground as well. And he just provided one.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Double 38. Blue, go. Smash, red. Red.
Another try after the first down sack. Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To the air, Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 41. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, Allen. And that is caught. It's Davis. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Throwing now is Allen. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here. Not done in the 4th.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Time. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game, even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
To return is McKenzie. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 118 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Singletary again, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. The kick by Bass is good. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise. To be kind, they accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay. Up the middle, it's Cook. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. And that is no good. And that'll keep this a 19-point game. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Quick slant, Tyreek Hill with it. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 2 now on 1st down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And Buffalo fans are hoping to see a lot more of that in his 2nd season. Just 4 sacks in his rookie year, but the potential for double digits is exactly why Buffalo took him 30th overall in 2021.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Over the middle, complete. It's Hill. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for the Bills, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.
Run it up, touchdown, I'm